Hi, friends. It's Mrs. McCarver, and it's time for today's reading lesson. Yesterday, we talked a little bit more about being persistent or the ability to keep trying when things are difficult. I was feeling very proud of myself and relieved when I finished reading my new book, Mop, because it was a little hard for me. You saw me, I wanted to give up, but I was persistent and kept working on it. Now, you might think, great, I'm done with that book. I'm not going to see it again. As a reader, though, we also want to make sure we have reread power. There's more than one reason we want to reread our books. When we reread, we get to be even better at reading. It sounds smoother and it helps us to remember some of those new words we worked on. So watch me as I reread parts of this book to make my reading sound even better. If you remember, my book Mop was a little tricky for me. And sometimes when we have especially tricky words or parts, it's very important to reread that part or word so that we can be a better reader. For example, this page was a little hard for me. I was still surprised there wasn't a pattern. So I kind of had to say the sounds. Jump, up, mop, said Jill. But he did not jump. When I read it, I made it all the way through that page. But I think I can go back and reread that page using a smooth voice so I sound even better. Jump up, Mop, said Jill. But he did not jump. When I read it that time, did you notice how I was able to say more than one word before I had to stop and think? The first time it sounded like jump, up, mop. But after I reread it, it was a little smoother. Jump up, Mop, said Jill. Sometimes it's important to reread specific words. I knew that she was throwing this, and I was reading. I did pretty good. Jill said, get the stick, stick. Let me go back and read that part again, focusing on that word. That word is stick. Get the stick, Mop. I didn't have to say all the sounds the last time I read it. When I reread it, I was able to use a smooth voice to make that word sound better. Jill said, get the stick, Mop. Today, friends, as you're reading, your job is to use that reread power. If you've worked really hard on a word or a phrase or sentence or even a page, maybe even the whole book, take some time today to go back and reread those parts so you can make your voice smooth.